Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob from RGG, and I gotta ask you a question. What's the best thing about Battletech? Well, battle mechs, of course. But what's the second best thing about Battletech? Second best thing about Battletech is the lore. Now, Battletech's been around for, I don't know, almost 40 years, and that's a lot of time for them to build on the lore of Battletech. And unlike 40K, and I'm not knocking 40K, but 40K pretty much had the same story for many, many years. And I think in the last edition, they advanced it slightly. Whereas Battletech hasn't been like that historically. It has, with each thing they've added to the game, they've advanced the storyline over a period of a few hundred years, actually. And though it doesn't have the aliens that a lot of other sci-fi has, I think the moral here is it focuses on just how horrible we can be to each other. We're our own worst enemy, basically. If you are interested in Battletech, there are several ways to get into the lore. And the problem is, it's a little daunting, a little scary for somebody who has never been into the lore before. And that's because there's so much of it. It's hard to discern where to start, you know? There are tons and tons of novels. There's tons and tons of short stories, short fiction. There's video games and the lore that they put out. But I'm going to be speaking today mostly to the novels and short fiction, mainly the short fiction. There are some great novels. You could start with Decision at Thunder Rift, the Blood of Kerensky. I think it's a trilogy. And there are just so many different places to jump in because Battletech has all these different eras. And most books from Battletech have these symbols on the back, and the symbols show you which era that book belongs to. This book has them all for various reasons, but I'll explain that in a minute. But it tells you whether it's a Star League book, a Succession Wars book, Clan Invasion book, Civil War book, Jihad book, or Dark Age book. And each of these different things is a different part of the story that takes place in a different part in the timeline. So, with technology advancing as it goes. So the novels you can buy, I know Catalyst sells PDF versions and physical versions of a lot of them. You can find a lot of them on Amazon, your local bookstores. You can probably find them. You can also get them on Audible because I have a few of them on Audible. And that's great. That's a great way to be able to grab, some novels and jump in. But what if you are a complete noob to the Battletech lore and you're not sure which era interests you the most? Now, there are guys who are interested in, guys and gals, I'm sure, that are interested in all the different eras that they do stories in. And then there are people who are only interested in Succession Wars or only interested in Dark Age or whatever. So a great way to go about that is their short fiction, which has been published in multiple iterations over the years. I think it started with Battle Technology, and then there was another one I can't remember. And most recently, up until 2016, there was the Battle Corps. And the Battle Corps was these collections of short stories you could buy, but it went under in 2016. The success of the Clan Invasion Kickstarter from Catalyst, which you can look into that, man, that thing exploded. Like, they did so well on that Kickstarter. So much money off that Kickstarter. One of the ways they put back into it was they started up a new, I think it's 4 times a year, they put out a book called Shrapnel. This is issue 1 of Shrapnel. And they call it the official Battletech magazine, right? But it's digest size, and it's like a digest size novel. But it does have stuff in it like a magazine. And I think there are 8 of these now. I know 7 of them you can find on Amazon. The 8th one is on their website. And I'll just read from the back of the book and tell you what it is. Jump back into the cockpit. Picking up the battle standard for Battletech fiction, Shrapnel, the official Battletech magazine, continues the tradition of hard-hitting stories set in a war-torn interstellar future of the 31st century and beyond. Fire up your mech's fusion reactor, secure your Neuro helmet, and wade into battle with stories from the merciless front lines of the clan invasion, conspiracy theory articles, game scenarios, and more, from veteran Battletech authors, fan favorites, and some new recruits. So I picked this up on a whim, just because I love Battletech stuff, and on Amazon they're like $9-10, something like that, and that's with Prime, so that's shipping included. You can throw them on the table, and they bounce. You can get them on Catalyst website for like $6, but I'm not sure how it works out, because I know you got to pay shipping on top of that from Catalyst. And it's definitely not like 2-day shipping from Amazon. So it's going to take longer to get it, and shipping's probably going to make it about the same price or maybe a little more expensive. It's however you like to do it. If you get it from Catalyst, you probably get I know with the regular books, you get the PDF, so you may get the PDF version of these as well. You don't get that with Amazon. But I did pick this one up off of Amazon. It was like $9.95 or something. And I just wanted to try it out because I've tried their fiction before, and it is such great fiction. Every time I've read one of the Battletech stories, it has been amazing. Now, see, me personally, I am more into the Succession Wars era, the 30-25, 30-30 area. And I'm not a huge fan of the clans. I love clan mechs. Like, clan mechs look beautiful. I mean, that's where we got the Mad Cat and stuff. The Timberwolf. But I'm not a big fan of playing it when we're playing classic Battletech, because it definitely unbalances the game unless you're playing way on into the future where the Star League has kind of resurfaced, or Star League technology has come back some, and the Inner Sphere has better mechs, double heat sinks, and things like that. I do like playing it in Alpha Strike, which is why I do print clan mechs. Well, number one, because they look cool. But number two, because I can use them in Alpha Strike, which they're not as broken in, because Alpha Strike is very much a watered-down version of Battletech, and it's designed to be played where you play multiple lances on the tabletop with 3D terrain. And everything fits on one little card, so the game plays really, really fast. You give up a fair amount of detail on the mechs in order for speed of play. So it's 6-1, half a dozen the other, whatever you want. I play both, but I do like Alpha Strike. Also, I would use them probably for the RPG at some point. But due to the success of the Clan Invasion Kickstarter, which was amazing, they worked out a deal to start doing the Shrapnel Battletech magazine. And this first issue primarily focuses on clan stories. And I think there's one Succession War story in here, and everything else pretty much is either Clan Invasion or Dark Age. And I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the clans. I know DM James doesn't like the clans. He thinks they're crazy and don't make any sense. But these stories are really good. And they don't necessarily focus around the clans being the heroes. The first full-on story in here is about a group of pirates, basically, that are first encountering clan mechs from Clan Wolf, and they're, getting their pushed in, and how they're trying to survive it. But it's really, really good. You've got authors like Michael Stackpole, who is, hugely known in the Battletech universe as one of the best. He's like the R.A. Salvatore of Battletech. What R.A. Salvatore is to Dritz and the Forgotten Realms, he is to Battletech. I've always enjoyed his stories. And the weird thing is, I've never really picked up any of the clan-specific stories and read them because I just wasn't that interested in the clans. But the stories that I've read out of here are really, really good. They just pull you in like that. And it's very, very exciting. the stories are human-centric. They're about the people driving the mechs, not necessarily about the mechs. I mean, the mechs are in the stories, obviously, but they don't focus on them. So I find it to be really, really cool. Not every issue is going to focus on clan stuff. They did that. They said they did that with the first issue as a big thank you for the Clan Invasion Kickstarter and how well it did. So they wanted this inaugural issue to focus on clan stuff. Let's see. There's more than just fiction. There's a ton of fiction in here. I mean, this thing comes in at, let me look here, 165 pages for $10. Not bad. It's 165 pages. There's a couple of pages of art, black and white line art, but there is tons of stories, which are really, really good. And there are all these little, like snippets. Let's see if they say what they call them in here. So you have short stories in here. You have a serial novel in here. You have articles, and then you have game features. So the short stories in here, you have Grim Sentence. That's the story I was talking about. Flames of Idle Wind, Airs Above the Ground, Yesterday's Enemy, Tales from the Cracked Canopy, which is apparently an ongoing thing, the Cracked Canopy being a famous bar, and then Wars and Rumors. The serial novel that's in here is If Auld Acquaintance Be Forgot. It's a Kellhound story. It's part 104 by Michael Stackpole. And then you have articles in here. You have Secrets of the Sphere, the Cameron Question, which is really neat. I read it. It's 2 or 3 pages, but it is like it's like you're reading what you would hear on a podcast. And it's this guy who does like conspiracy theory podcast. I'm sorry for the snoring. That is my Chihuahua. He is loud. But it is it's like a podcast in the Battletech universe, talking about conspiracies and house takeovers and things like that, because there's a lot of intrigue in Battletech. Then we have another article, Forgotten Heroes, Slandered Honor. We have Missing Duke Spur Demonstrations, and Mother of Resistance, Dead on Vipana. I can't even say that word. And then we have game features. We have Sniper Rifles, Death from a Distance. And it's literally an article about sniper rifles and different sniper rifles that different houses use. And it is designed for Time of War, which is their role-playing game. They will have articles in future issues dealing with Destiny, because they mentioned that in here. But when this was first published, Destiny hadn't come out yet. So there will be articles on Destiny in here. Let's see what else we got. We have Unit Digest. Light Horse 11th Recon Battalion. And then we have a Chaos campaign scenario called Target of Opportunity, which comes with a neat little short story in front of it, and then all the scenario stuff to play it. And the cool thing I found about it that I liked, let me go back to it here, to the beginning of it. So here's some of the line art. There's a page of the line art right there. Looks really cool. Could let your kids color it, I guess. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, so this is the Chaos campaign scenario. It gives you, the fluff setup for it. And then it gives you the breakdown of how you play the scenario. So, the game setup, how it works, but it's initially for playing classic Battletech, but it also has side notes in here for using Alpha Strike as well. So whether you're using this as Alpha Strike, Classic Battletech, or tying this into the role-playing game, it gives you all that information for whichever one you want to do that with. And I think that's really neat. Let's see, what else? Well, I thought this was kind of neat. They have submission guidelines in here. And it tells you about what they want, what they don't want, manuscript format, payment and rights, submission portal that you send stuff to. So if you want to become a Battletech writer, you can actually submit stuff. You're not going to get rich doing this. Anybody who writes in the RPG industry will tell you, if you want to get rich, go find another profession, because this is not the one you're going to get rich in. But I thought it was neat that they just put that in the book, that you could submit your own work if you wanted to. And they tell you what kind of stories to not write and submit and what kind of stories to write and submit. So yeah, that was really neat. They give you a whole list in the back of other fiction to look at, like 3 pages of it. They break down the different eras and the icons that go along with each era. And yeah, man, that's really cool. This is a neat little buy for $10 or $6 if you get it off their website and you get a good shipping discount or something. I highly recommend it if you're interested in Battletech Lore, because most of this is short stories. And I can tell you one thing about Battletech is once their books are out of print, some of them never come back in print, and they go for tons of money. They're very hard to get your hands on. I think the Battle Corps books, you can get Volume 1 and Volume 5 off of Amazon for like $15 a piece. But like 2 through 4, some of those are on there for like $200 and $300. It's just crazy. Nobody's going to buy that. I don't care how good the fiction is. But this is 1 through 7, volumes 1 through 7 of Shrapnel are already available on Amazon and the Catalyst website. And on the Catalyst website, I think you can buy like a year subscription and you just get 4 issues per year, kind of like Palladium does with their Rifter magazine. But yeah, it's really, really cool, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because I know I've had a lot of feedback about Battletech. I've had a lot of people talking to me about Battletech. I love Battletech. I know DM James loves Battletech. I'm sure he already knows about this, but if he doesn't, James, go get you some of this, man. It's really, really good. And if you don't know the lore and don't know where to jump in, short fiction is a great way to start, because you're not investing, a 3-book trilogy to find out, well, I don't like reading the Clan Invasion. I want to read something else. I didn't really enjoy this. I have never had that problem. I've never read any of their stuff and didn't enjoy it, but it's possible, I suppose. Because everybody has different taste. Everything I've read in here has been super fun to read, and I have really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to pick up the 2nd issue of this. And I thought, hey, I've got all these guys and gals talking to me about Battletech on here. Let me tell you about this, because if you don't know, this is something that you want to pick up. You can jump into it. You can dip your toes into Clan Invasion, Succession War, Dark Age, whatever, and find out which era works the best for you, which era you like the lore to the most, and then seek out books in that era and read, that kind of stuff. Or just, read everything you can get your hands on like I do. But either way, I think it's a steal. I think it's a great thing that these are in print, because Battletech fiction is absolutely amazing. I've always told people it's kind of like Game of Thrones in space, because you have all these houses, basically, that control these huge swaths of known space and all these planets and everything, and they're always fighting. They're always stabbing each other in the back or forming alliances through weddings and just all kind of neat stuff. But yeah, if you have read any of the Shrapnel stuff, drop some comments in there and tell me what you think about it. If you haven't, if you pick it up, drop comments in there and tell me what you think. What was your favorite story, your favorite issue that you got? I'm definitely going to come back and talk about some of these some more, especially some of the game scenarios. The Chaos Campaign scenarios that they put in here are really cool, because the Chaos Campaign is a set of rules that kind of allows you to play an ongoing campaign with classic Battletech. Or you could also do it with Alpha Strike as well. But you earn war chest points, and you can upgrade mechs, get battlefield salvage, so on and so forth. And you can play a campaign where the story continues from game to game, and you can start out with a lowly merc company and watch them grow and become more powerful, or get stomped on by House Karita, because that's what they deserve. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it, fun, click like, subscribe, all that jazz. You know how it works. This is YouTube. Nobody's new here. If you'd like to contact me directly, in the link of these videos, I have my Facebook page for Rob's Game Group. You can message me on there. I have my other YouTube channel, which is a faith-based channel, not about gaming. And then, if you'd like to help support the channel, there is the Amazon wish list for Rob's Game Group. There's a link of that on there too. So, that's all I got for right now. Until next time, my friends, good gaming, and good luck.